Frankly, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was probably an element of shock that maybe in certain regards my worst fear of how our Ukraine policy could play out was playing out, and how this was likely to have significant implications for U.S. national security. Dad, my sitting here today in the U.S. Capitol talking to our elected officials is proof that you made the right decision 40 years ago to leave the Soviet Union and come here to the United States of America in search of a better life for our family. Do not worry, I'll be fine for telling the truth.
You realized when you came forward out of sense of duty that you were putting yourself in direct opposition to the most powerful person in the world. Do you realize that, sir?
I knew I was assuming a lot of risk.
And I'm struck by that word, don't worry, that phrase, do not worry, you addressed to your dad. Was your dad a warrior?
He did serve. It was a different military, though.
And he would have worried if you were putting yourself up against the President of the United States, is that right?
He deeply worried about it because in his context, there was the ultimate risk.
And why do you have confidence that you can do that and tell your dad not to worry?
Congressman, because this is America. This is the country I've served and defended, that all of my brothers have served, and here, right matters.
Thank you, sir. Yield back.
It's an incredible moment.
It was so striking, and it's a reminder of why these hearings matter, to see these people and see them with our own eyes. That was really the moment where you saw the sloganeering of Make America Great Again lined up against the people who actually live the American dream. And they serve, and they sometimes come from other countries, as long as they are loyal and serve America. That is the American dream, and it always has been in its best days, is when we welcome those people in. As Maya and others have mentioned, this is someone who is part of a Jewish minority fleeing oppression that was welcomed here, and the presidents in both parties. Indeed, law and rhetoric have historically welcomed people. The Bush and Reagan administrations protecting asylum protections. Now, that's a wider ambit for the narrower case that was being made through Vindman. And what I thought was also so striking is today really dispensed with the euphemisms. Diplomats are great. They're good at euphemism because sometimes it helps avoid problems. You don't get that as much from some of the military national security folks. These people make decisions that take lives. They kill people in battle. And then there are hard calls to make. They go through the chain of command. Their first instinct, I could tell you, as you've been around government and so have I, and covering it as well, the first instinct isn't go to the lawyers. They make hard calls, drone calls, military calls, CIA calls. When those folks go to the lawyers, it's because something's way over the line. In this case, there was not a defensible explanation. There was not a defensible reason to condition anything in the U.S. government power, weapons, military money, government meetings at the White House, to help the incumbent president get reelected. Indeed, that undermines the democracy in the view of these firsthand witnesses. That's what's so powerful. Does that mean that Donald Trump committed an impeachable offense? I don't know. We have a system where the Congress adjudicates that. But today was by far the most devastating day because of those people in blunt and plain and often patriotic, plain English, explaining why they stood up then and why they stand up now at considerable risk.
And I mean, I just have to.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.